Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2035 NHL entry draft, and I want to say it was okay. We picked up a few really good players, and I want to talk about them right now. Let's talk about them. My favorite pick of the entire draft, with the 31st overall pick in the first round, Pierre Jacobson. I'm not sure how to pronounce that yet. I kind of want to say Jakobsen because he is Swedish. I'm pretty sure. I didn't really check. But with a name like that, ooh, what a buttery, silky smooth name. I have high hopes for this guy. I'm not sure what kind of defenseman he is. I'm assuming, yeah, he's a defensive defenseman. Did not see that before. But he's 78 overall. And I will explain this later, but I think he is going to crack the NHL lineup this season. Because we do have a guy named Jeffrey Winquist who comes back every year but makes about $3 million. Jakobsen, 78 overall. He'll be making league min for the next 3 years. He's going to be a defensive defenseman, really helping out to settle out the defense on the bottom pairing for the foreseeable future. And then once my other guys start getting older, we can move around. Another plus, he's right-handed, which I'm very OCD about my defensemen being lefties and righties unless it needs to be otherwise. So I'm going to go ahead first. First thing I'm going to do in this video is sign Pierre Jakobsen to a 3-year entry-level deal. Welcome to the club. I'm also going to extend a contract to both Riviette and Fragapane because I can. This is my series. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Kalbabulin, I'm never going to be able to say that. I'm not going to extend a contract to him. I'm just going to let him play in the Russian league there for an extra year. Let's see. Now, I was expecting this offseason to be a lot worse. Now, I think the thing that saves us is that Pierre-Luc Dubois ended up retiring, which saves us a boatload of money. I don't think we're going to have to move a lot. We have a lot of young guys coming up like MP3, Maxime Prohorkin. I figured it out. There's actually a Prohorkin in the NHL right now playing for the LA Kings, I believe. So that's kind of cool. I mean, with saving that amount of money, he was asking for like something crazy, like $9 million when I checked. He just put up 96 points the year previous, so saving that money really helps out our depth, and I think our depth is what won us our Stanley Cup. Obviously, our top 6 is fantastic. It's dynamite, but when it comes down to it, our depth is going to be playing the other team's depth, and sometimes their bottom 6 is better than our bottom 6. And this year, guys like Walker Cowan, Makinen, Patan, Goring were a lot better and put into a better situation. Let's go ahead and sign Goring. I'm not sure. Ooh, that is a lot of money. But he is a very efficient fourth liner. 40 points on the fourth line. He's a career fourth liner. Maybe third line if there's injuries, but right now I think that is our best option. I'm looking here. Tremblay. Okay, I'll extend contracts to him here. Tremblay. And then Manning will offer a contract too, sure. And then, well, hold on. I want to check goalies first before I do anything else, actually. Now we do have goalie controversies in the work. Now we do have another goalie controversy for like the 12th year in a row. Kavanagh is the man. His 4th straight Vezina and William M. Jennings season. He's staying. There is no question about it. 28 years of age. He'll play for the next 5 at this kind of overall. Yeah, he's staying. Hugo Leperrier. How much does he want? 3.8. Okay, he is a year older than Gerber. How much does Gerber want? Okay, Gerber will take that contract, 2 years. Okay. We're going to sign this goalie right here, give him a contract, and then we're going to release Tillett because I don't want another Sadu situation where we sign 7 goalies and then one of them is missing for a year. Could you imagine if we would have lost Kavanaugh for that year? I would have lost my absolute marbles. Now, I'm kind of put in a little bit of a predicament. Do we sign Laperriere or trade him away for prospects, picks, depth, or another great centerman? I'm not sure, because we do have a guy. Where is he? Let's go to in the system. Hold on, not in the system. Let's just go to right wingers. Hansel. We have Hansel coming up. 79 overall, sniper. He's looking pretty good, but I think Hansel is going to be the replacement for Cowan here pretty soon, because I don't know if Cowan's going to get much better. And this guy, look at his shooting stats. Exactly. This guy's going to be dynamite. I'm just not sure if he fits into this lineup right away. But I want Goring. I just talked about how depth won us our championship. I mean, he is unhappy about ice time. I mean, yeah. 27 years of age. I mean, we do have the rights for Laperriere. So I would rather sign Goring now instead of letting him go to free agency and ask for so much money. So I'm going to go ahead, offer a contract to Goring. What does he want for like 8 years? Would he do 2 years? I'd rather lock him up for 2 years just so we don't have to have this problem again next year. Let's see, calculator. Where's my calculator app? I got a new phone, so everything's all over the place. So 3.050 times 0.85 for 2 years. So we can get him at 2.6. I think that is a fair contract for him. That's a lot of money for the 4th line, but that's an easy contract to move in this day and age, since it's 2035 and everybody asked for so much money. So I think that is awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and go to goalies. I will qualify him. Awesome. Then we'll have his rights. If somebody offers him a contract and we get a first out of it, I'm willing to take that. I mean, he was great this year, but I think Gerber is a very similar goalie. He put up pretty good stats in the AHL. I'm more inclined to go with the younger option as the backup, but I'm not sure. If Laperriere stayed at that low franchise potential, I think I would have stayed with Laperriere. I think I would have. Awesome. So now we have the goalie situation sorted out. Kavanaugh, you're an absolute beauty. You are what Askarov was supposed to be for that time he was here in Columbus. You're an actual stud. Okay, now UFAs. We signed Goring. Hopefully he takes that contract. If he doesn't take that contract, kind of puts us in a little situation there. Bullbrook, if he doesn't want to come back. Oh, he wants to come back on for an AHL deal. I'll bring him back on. Doesn't hurt me. Nick Robertson, do you want to come back? AHL deal, hell yeah. Emil Schulz, AHL deal, hell yeah. Jeremy Winquist, you've been an absolute stud. You've been, what is this, your like 3rd Stanley Cup? Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is your 3rd Stanley Cup, man. No, did he win the 2 years? No, I don't think he won. He won this year. And then 3 years. Oh yeah, he did win 2 straight. He's a legend, franchise mode legend, but I'm gonna have to let him go. Just for money problems, I'd rather go with the young defenseman in Pierre Jacobson. DuPont, do you want an easy contract? Sure. I'm sure a lot of these guys are gonna be like, oh, there's too much depth in the system. I'd rather test the free agency market, which I'm totally fine with, but I'm still gonna extend you a contract. Pavelik, Desjardins, I'm going to release you. And then I'm going to release Van Vig. I don't think I've ever said that right. So our RFAs are dealt with. Off camera, I did offer our head coach a contract, our assistant coach or our associate coach a contract. And they're like an AHL coach, but we do have to sign an NHL goalie coach? I'm not quite sure. But hopefully they sign. Don't make my job hard. I think I did offer a few scouts a contract. Charles Domingue, our head coach, accepts the contract. You're an absolute stud. Lemaire, okay, awesome. And then Piton. Okay, they all accept. That makes my job a little easier. Now a bunch of scouts. Mario Tremblay, dope. Schulz. Dope. Fragapane, Bullbrook. Dope. Go ring. Awesome. Makes my job a little bit easier. Nicholas Robertson doesn't want to come back, so I'm okay with letting him go to free agency. Gerber. Awesome. I'm like, yeah, you've never played an NHL game. You're not worth more than 850 grand. Even though, to a normal human being like myself, 850 grand is a lot of money. That's like, that would... Somebody give me 850 grand would be dope. Nick Robertson's the only RFA that does not want to come back. Did I say RFA? UFA. UFA is the word I was looking for, so I'm going to let you go. Enjoy free agency. Maybe you can win somewhere else. Don't worry, man. So I think that does it for contracts. LaPerriere, he is probably gone. Putting that out there. Just putting that out there. Maybe we have... Oh, wait. We have $3.5 million in cap space. I don't see how that math works out, but hold your horses, folks. He wants 3.8. I'm going to see... Or do I wait until we make it to free agency to maybe look for another star and then use that cap space and LaPerriere to acquire that next guy? He'd take 3.2, so I'm not going to offer them a contract. How much would he want for 8 years? So he's going to be a pretty good goalie, but I don't think it will be here in Columbus, so we're going to go ahead, sim to free agency. Awesome. All the scouts. Yes, I understand. Welcome back to the club. Woot woot. So, free agency. This is huge. So we do have 46 contracts. Okay, cool. So we got a little cap room to play with. Not a lot to sign a star. Eric freaking Brandstrom asking for $13 million at the age of 35. I mean, I'm not going to say that he's worth it, but I'm going to say that he is a perennial goal scorer, assist machine as a defenseman. Seems like every time I check, he's over a point per game. He is almost a point per game as a defenseman in 1,200 games. He's an absolute beast for Ottawa. I mean, IRL, the Shabbat-Brandstrom pairing is going to be nuts for the next decade if they both stay on for that amount of time. It's going to crush it, and I'm so excited to see that in Ottawa. Even though I'm not a huge Ottawa Senators fan, it would be very cool to see them actually do something. Okay, free agency. Let's pop, lock, and drop in Patrick Laine, who we did defeat in the playoffs. Haha, what a loser. We kicked him so bad in the playoffs that he decided to leave New Jersey, I believe? Goalies. Who's the best goalie here? Jesper Wallstead, who we also beat in the playoffs. So LaPerriere, I'm pretty sure no teams are interested in him right now. That's good. Oh, Mathat's also here in free agency. How has he done? I haven't really noticed him. I think he's... Oh. Jean Mathat. That's our goalie, right? Oh, not great. Ooh. So we did the right thing. Michael DiPietro, former Columbus Blue Jacket legend. He'll always be a legend. He's not a former legend. He is one. Any guys fall through the draft? It doesn't seem many goalies here. Nope. Okay. Any skaters? Ouellette's not terrible. I mean, another centerman that I'd love to add. I do love centerman, but I don't really have to do that. You know, can there just be like a 21-year-old franchise player that wants to come to the Columbus Blue Jackets? You're going to win here. That's all I'm going to say. So nothing sparks my interest here in free agency. I think our lineup is almost set. Our depth is set. Our top six is awesome. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at what's floating around the league. I'm not going to go to Fine Trade. Well, I'm going to go to Fine Trade and see if there's anything interesting for LaPerriere. I think I've made up my mind, and I don't think he's going to stay on the roster, even though we have enough money to sign him, but I think Gerber might be the guy to go with. So I'm going to... Nope, that's... Oh, yep, that's the right button. Fine Trade. No trades found for him, so we're gonna search the league. We're gonna search the league. What's pop lock? Have I said pop lock and drop in too many times this episode? I feel like I've said it 8 times. I'm so sorry. You're the one watching. You're the one watching. Just putting that out there. Okay, Anaheim. You have anything good? Zegras is not bad. Do we? I'm thinking of my top 6, but who's the odd man out? I mean, do we replace Pierre-Luc Dubois with another power forward? I mean, I don't think Zegras is a two-way forward. He's a playmaker, so. I mean, we do have Cole Sillinger, but if there's like a 94 overall dude that's just chilling here on the trade block, I think we have to do that. I mean, Dreger isn't Daryl? Hello there. That's interesting. Only making 6 mil. We could potentially fit him under the cap. We could, so I'll keep that in mind. Buffalo doesn't want to give up anything. Same with Calgary. Carolina, Sestito and Robertson. Simon Robertson is a first-line player. Sestito? Nah. I mean, I do like our center depth. I like our winger depth. Maybe I'm looking for a defenseman. That never really clicked in. Maybe I'm looking for a cheaper defenseman. Am I? I don't know if I am. Why would I have to? So at this point in the franchise mode, we have too much. Kirby Dack isn't even that bad. I mean, 8.5. No, thank you. If there's just like if there's a player similar to Cole Sillinger that's like a 99 overall, that'd be dope to get onto the roster. Detroit, look at you go drafting well. Look at Maddox Anthony. What a name. What a name. What a name, Detroit. Look at you go. We beat you in the conference finals, but now that you can say that you lost to a real team. Slavkovsky ain't too shabby either. He's on a pretty decent contract. But we are already spending a lot of money. He'd work on the second line. Is he a sniper? I'm pretty sure he is. I'll keep that in mind as well. Okay, Samuelson. Hello there. Christian Samuelson from the LA Kings. Wouldn't it just be crazy to put like a 90 overall dude on my third line? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be nuts? I mean, we could totally fit that contract. They'd retain a bit, but we have the assets to acquire that. Putting that out there. I'm just saying. I mean, Afanasenkov isn't too shabby either. I feel like this guy's always been pretty good. I feel like I've seen his name a few times. He scored 38 goals this year as a 33-year-old. That's pretty impressive. Nashville, nobody. Nico Hischier, no thank you. He's making $11 million. No thank you. Come on, somebody have somebody good on the block. There's a few players that have piqued my interest here. Niemi, that is a name I have not heard in quite a while. He's been stuck in Ottawa here for a few years. Oh, this guy is a goal scorer. Now, the only thing I'm thinking about right now is I want to give MP3 the time on the third line to be a sniper, rip it up with Makinen and Cowan. But is Cowan that guy that's going to lead the third line? I mean, Cowan was pretty good in the playoffs, not a great regular season player. But Holtz is a good penalty kill player. I mean, I think he'd fit the lineup pretty well. He's a right winger, 33 years of age, a rental. But what would we give up? I mean, we have enough trade value. We could fit him under the cap. That's the question. I would love Niemi. This guy is a bona fide goal scorer. Put him on the third line. I mean, why not? Why not? There's a lot of options, and I kind of want to pull the trigger on one of these. Raymond ain't too shabby either. Not too bad. Okay. 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 Radulov, though? Hello there. You don't look too shabby. He's a left winger. We're pretty full up on lefties. Tupanarnen. I did not say that right. Don't judge me. He's a second liner. Austin Matthews. Hold your horses. Hello, Austin. Now, that is a trade I am very interested in. $9 million, not so much, because we don't have that much room. There's a little finagling we got to do for any player that we want to bring on. We have not even 4, 3.5-ish. Okay, so what were the players that I were intrigued by? Okay, I think there was one on Boston. Chubasov ain't too shabby, but he cost a lot. Dregier ain't too bad as well. Oh man, okay. 87 overall. Okay. What are his giveaways and takeaways looking like? Oh, this guy might be a really good defensive player to have in the depth. In the bottom 6, maybe he replaces Cowan, because that third line is kind of iffy to me. MP3, Mäkinen, and then Cowan. Cowan is a defensive liability. I know Mäkinen's great. MP3 is a rookie, so he's not going to be too good defensively. But having a sniper, two-way forward, and then another two-way forward on the third line might work really well. And it is a 5-year contract. We could get them to retain on that. Okay. Okay, there are options. I mean, Robertson might be a good acquisition as well. He's a sniper, so I'm more inclined to go with a two-way power forward guy. I mean, I'm putting all my faith in Mäkinen being a quality second liner, because his point totals weren't fantastic this year. But I'm hoping, since I changed Fallon and Giroux, or I switched their player types, Fallon is now a playmaker, Giroux is now the sniper. Maybe it works out. It better work out. I know our first line's dynamite. But I really want to trade with Boston. I'm going to do that to myself. I think that's the way we go. I think there was... I mean, okay. Okay. But then, what if we get... No, 90 overall. I don't think that would work out. I think Dregier. I think it's Dregier. I think Dregier would be better suited for the third line, because it seems like it might be morale, but it seems like he's a good defensive player, and defensive players are better suited for the third and fourth line. I'm just right. This is how this game works. And then there was... Okay, I'm doing the process of elimination here, so let me work it out in my head. Okay, where's the other guy? Where is the other... Niemi. Niemi would be dope. He is a goal scorer, but we already rely too much on goal scoring in our top 6. He would be great. He would be fantastic to bring onto this team. But our top 6 is already full, and this guy seems like he'd be a nuisance if he was somewhere else, like defensive liability, something like that. Now, I think Holtz and Dregier are sort of the same player. I mean, I'm pretty sure Holtz is a playmaker, if I'm not mistaken. He might be a two-way forward. I'm not quite sure. But he has 1 year left on his contract. Dregier has 5. Now, if we could retain on Dregier, he could be good for a lot longer for this franchise, since we're so cap strapped, right? Right. Okay. I think I've made up my mind. I think I'm going to try and acquire Dregier from the Boston Bruins. Now, they're going to have to retain. But what are we... Now we're going to give them a goalie, which sucks. But it seems like the goalies that we've given away haven't done the best. And Boston has the cap to retain on this. They're going to retain if they want the goalie. And why wouldn't they need a goalie? They don't look like they're the greatest of teams. They want LaPerriere. The cap would work since they retain half of it. We're going to have to give up a bit more. Okay, now rookie skaters. What are we looking at? Who are the odd men out? I didn't even take into consideration we have Inglis coming soon, this year, next year. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Now, Smiles is a guy that I'm willing to give up. And then a pick this year. I'm not sure what we actually have for picks this season. Okay, we have a second. Now, I'm willing to do that trade. That's a lot, but that is an awesome guy to acquire. I think we might have to give up more. Trade rejected. Okay. I'm willing to give up more. I'm willing to give up more. Now, Cowan. 23 years of age, 82 overall. As I mentioned before, we do have Hansel coming into the league. And I love Goring on the fourth line. And Dreger is a bit older. Let's see right there. Dreger is currently 31 years of age, so... I want Dreger. I think that would be a fantastic addition to this lineup. I think Cowan is done in Columbus. I think he was great in the playoffs. I can't deny that. I just don't want to give Boston this kind of player. I don't want to give them Cowan. So is there any other... I'd rather trade Cowan away in another deal. See, we have so many guys coming up. We have Inglis. We have Rodin. We have Hansel. We have MP3 who's going to be in the lineup this season. And you could be like, well, you are just acquiring more talent, and it's going to be more of a problem later. Cap is going to be our problem later. Okay? Cap. We'll get him at $3 million. We're getting him. Trade rejected. In your current situation. Okay, it seems like we're going to have to give up a bit more. A bit more. Now, who is the prospect that I don't like the most? Now, Malhi, 47 overall. Okay, I'll put him there. But I don't think this does the deal. Trade rejected. I mean, if we are trading away Fallon, they can take off a bit retaining-wise, but kind of puts us into a difficult position. Now, do the trade. There's not a lot we can do right now. Trade rejected. Oh, come on, Boston. This is such an awesome trade for both of us. You're getting young guys. It works. Come on. You have to retain the amount 2. You're going to have to retain 2. Okay, you're just going to have to do that. With guys coming off the books in the next few years, you got to do that for us. Boston, I know we screwed you in the past trading you Cam Atkinson that turned out to be the first overall pick, which turned into Stu Cam. Do the trade. Trade rejected. Okay, we're going to have to... I know this might be iffy on our part. Come on, Boston. Do you want 2 prospect goalies? Come on, do the trade. Come on, Boston. Trade accepted. You might be thinking, oh, and you gave up a lot. Okay, and let's talk about that. Let me give you my reasoning. Okay, we trade away a pretty awesome goalie in LaPerriere, but they need a goalie, which is realistic. They look like they're a rebuilding team. They get a young goalie that will be their guy for the next few years. Did we already... We didn't offer him that contract, did we? I'm confused. Whatever. Now, we also traded them a prospect in... let's see, it was a defensive prospect in Mali, which I think out of all our defensive prospects, he's going to end up being the worst one at such a low overall. I mean, he's 18, but I think it works out for us in the long run. Smiles... 76 overall, 22 years of age. I'm glad he had the trade value. They wanted him. And I don't think he's going to turn turn into anything special. I think we also traded away Lazarev, who is 73 overall, 22 years of age. Not going to be great. We traded away a second, but we get Dreger. I'm going to struggle to say that all season. We get Dreger, who is going to fit in perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, but I think instead of Cowan, he shores up the depth. We might have some aches and pains, but I think for another playoff or cup run, I think he might be the guy to go with. Okay, now I do want to find a trade. Cowan, Cowan is the guy to go, which does suck. He's on a pretty good contract, I believe, for the next 2 years, but after that 2 years, he's probably going to ask for a bit of money. My excuse here is that Dreger is only going to get older. It'll be easy to trade since we have him at a $4 million deal. That is a fantastic deal for us. Hansel's going to be up here. Goring's just getting older. He's the odd man out. Okay, Boston wants him. Dallas Dallas. We're taking that first from Dallas. Dallas has been a pretty bad team here for the last few seasons. We're taking that first. There is no question. Dallas, thank you. Maybe we can squeeze a little bit more out of Dallas here. It says they're a contender, but I feel like they've been the lottery team for the last few seasons. I'm taking the pick. It's a first round pick. They might be good, but I'm taking it because history has shown me that you always trade with Dallas. Okay, so I think that might be it for free agency. Okay, I think that's it for free agency. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.